Okay, good morning. It's Vandalyn Smith, and I'm speaking to you from my home here in Birmingham, Alabama. And I wanted to bring this video to you about my first online business opportunity. Now, last week, I shared a video speaking about how I got started in the online business and why I got started, and just that part of the journey. But today I'm going to talk a little bit about what my first online business was and the experiences that I had. Now, my first online business, I started in a opportunity. It was called ZNZ on steroids. Mr. Don Williams, he created a system. I don't know if you heard of ZNZ, and I don't know if it's still around, but ZNZ was actually a affiliate program where you can sample products. It was like a suite of products, and you could sign up to sample or try different products, and it depended on what the criteria was. You had to try it for a minimum of 7, 14, 30 days, and you had to meet that requirement, and then Z&Z would pay you a commission for trying out the product. It in the first part of it, it was pretty cool because you get paid, and like I said, if you don't like the product, you didn't like the product, you could send it back and get your refund. Or it could be a trial. They wouldn't even charge you. You just agree to try it out, or sign up for the trial. But they would pay you once the trial period was over, as long as you met the criteria. But the thing about that is that what I didn't like about that business, about that Z&Z, is the fact that sometimes I would forget. I would forget to either cancel the trial, or I would forget to send the products back, and I would end up with a whole lot of crap in my house, and I just didn't. I didn't like it. I didn't like that because I would end up with just all types of stuff in here that I wasn't using. But I was getting paid for it, but it was just like, okay, it just became to be too much for me. But it was called Z&Z on steroids, though. So Z&Z wasn't the only opportunity in this business. It was, sorry about that. Okay, I think I need to start putting my phone on airplane mode when I do these videos. But anyway, okay, so it was called Z&Z on steroids, and which means that Z&Z was one of the programs. It was a suite of programs in this system, and you could join the program. At the time I got started, it was only like $10 to join. It was $10 to join, and then there were other programs that you could join and promote. So whatever the fee was to get started in those different programs, you could pay the fee to join those other programs that was in this one. I guess it's called a funded proposal, because what it ended up being is you would join these programs and you would just promote it using that one link. So you would have your link set up and you share that link out with other people. And then, they were introduced to the same programs, and they could get started in whichever ones they want to get started in. But you would get paid a commission based on if you were a part of the business as well. If you took part in all of the products or services that were offered, or the businesses that were offered, then once somebody else got started or joined those programs, you would get a commission. But if not, of course, the sale would pass up to your sponsor or whoever else was in line. It was crazy. It was my first opportunity. It was fun. I enjoyed it. But one of the main things about the program, where my experience, is that I generated a whole lot of leads for it. I generated a lot of leads, but I just wasn't very versed in following up with them. And I got a few people to join because, like I said, it was a suite of products and services that you could join. Like I said, it was the net spin card was in there, And Empower Network was in there if you want to join Empower Network. I learned about IBO Toolbox through this system. So, and I still use IBO Toolbox today. I like IBO Toolbox a lot. And so I learned about that system. And so, you don't get a commission from it. Well, I think you do now. They've changed the platform. I think you can get commissions off of IBO Toolbox now. But back then, if somebody joined you, they would give you advertising credits. So, you could start advertising your business on the IBO Toolbox platform. And the IBO Toolbox is actually part, they get your content seen in Google. So, Google picks up IBO Toolbox promotions and anything that you post on IBO Toolbox, Google picks it up. So that's one of the reasons why I like IBO Toolbox a lot. But yeah, it had Empower Network. And one of the big programs, Empower Network was one of the biggest programs. And then there was this company called Vitel Wireless. And that's how I got started in Vitel Wireless. I remember I pondered over that program for a long time because it seemed very interesting, but it seemed like a challenge. So I was like, I don't know. And so, after a few months, I decided to join Vitel Wireless. And Vitel Wireless was my first multi-level marketing platform, because Z&Z was more of an affiliate platform, but Vitel Wireless was the multi-level platform. And it was selling it was selling cell phones and services, wireless services. I mean, I liked that. I liked it because I met some amazing leaders when I joined that program. And I learned a lot. I learned a lot when I joined that program, because the leaders there, they were training us on how to market our business and how to, follow up with our customers. And that program was actually where I started calling my leads. I actually started calling people on the phone. But I still was like, I still was in a mode to what I didn't really know. I mean, I talked to them like they were my friends, I didn't have that because, they gave us like a model to follow. But for some reason, I just couldn't, I couldn't put that model in a phone conversation. It was like, it just didn't feel natural to me. So I just, spoke to people just, like I was just having a conversation, just like I'm talking to you on this live video right now, but I just didn't know how to transition it to them. They would ask about the program, but then a lot of them would ask, does it cost anything to get started? And, I think that would make me freeze up, because I'm like, well, yeah, I mean, it's a business. So I just really never understood that question when I was doing these follow-up calls, because I didn't never understand how people expected to get into a business for free. I mean, it's a business. So I felt like I positioned it as a business opportunity. So it wasn't like I said that it was free or it was just something that I didn't position it as a work from home job. I positioned it as you're owning your own home-based business. So I never understood why people would ask, does it cost anything to join? I was always put off by that question. So a lot of times when I got to that question, I kind of, shut down and ended the conversation. But I did end up signing up a few people in the Vitel Wireless. I sold a few cell phones. I did okay. I did all right. I think that program, it was where I, realized that it pushed me. I just put it to you this way, because I started reading personal development books, the books that they were recommending, the team was recommending. And at that time, I was learning a lot about myself. I didn't know that you had to work on your mindset. I didn't know that my mindset was jacked up. And like I said on the previous video about when I got started, I didn't know. I didn't know what I didn't know. And I just, and even though I didn't make a whole lot of money in that program, I would not regret joining that program or joining an online opportunity, because I feel like that if I would have never sought to do, to join a business, I don't think I would have learned a lot of this personal development and start working on my mindset. I feel like I'm a different person than when I first got started. Now, we'll say this, because this is funny. Now, when I first got started, I was a big time. I was so excited, and I would always, promote my opportunity all over my wall. And I was just excited. I was excited. I was messaging people and showing them what I was doing. But I started to get a little discouraged because I realized that people, because when I got started, I was excited. I was so excited. I couldn't wait to get my business, get the thing set up and get everything working properly. I had bought my domains because I learned that, from this guy, Don Williams. He had a whole training too on how to get things set up and how to market the Z&Z steroid system. So, I went and took action. I had got my domain set up. I was so excited. I started advertising, but I started, telling all of my friends, all of my family members. I was so excited because, I'm thinking, okay, I'm going to get rich. I'm going to make money online. This is going to be the ticket. And when I started telling my friends about it, I would get crickets. I would send messages to them in their inbox and they would ignore them. And then a lot of people would look at it and they just wouldn't, they wouldn't want to join. And I'm thinking they're going to be just as excited as I am. But that wasn't true. So, I had to learn how to, prospect new people. And, I learned a little things. I learned a lot. But like I said, my hardest thing was following up. I just didn't have the proper skills to follow up and speak the language, because like I said, I'm talking to them like I'm talking to you on this live. But, when it comes to the objections, I just wasn't really well versed in how to, get over that or help them get over it. And then I realized too that a lot of times when people have objections, it wasn't my job to be convincing to them. And I think that's where I got caught up. I was trying to convince too many people that this was a good thing for them. And, the lesson learned is that people have to see the vision. And if you're painting a picture for them to better their lives, and they don't see it for themselves, you can't make them see it, and in this time, I've also learned that people make their decisions based on, their circumstances. You just never know when, you talk to them at that time, they might not be ready at the time, but you never know. Their circumstances might change down the line, and they might end up reaching out to you saying, yeah, you contacted me regarding this business opportunity back in the day. I just want to know if that was still available, or what are you doing now? You just never know. We can't get upset with people when they don't have the same vision as you, because just like you weren't always in a space where you are, you might have been, you might be enlightened on a certain subject right now, or things, but you didn't always know them. And so you have to allow people to arrive at their moment in their time, in their own time. You can't, it's not good to just, look down on people because they don't have the same vision as you, or they haven't arrived at the moment that you or at the level that you are on. You can inspire and you can share the vision with people, but if they don't grasp the vision at the time, then just move on, but continue to inspire the masses. You know what I'm saying? Just continue to share your message. This is what I've learned. Because like I said, I kind of had that feeling that, oh, well, you don't want to get started, you don't want to, pay to join. And I kind of would be like, okay, well, whatever, you need to change your mindset because you can't get in a bit, but you don't do that. You You just have to meet people where they are and continue to inspire. And, they'll come around. Maybe one day they'll come around. Maybe they won't. But I'm learning too that the people that you're supposed to reach, you'll reach them, just as long as you keep sharing your message and don't give up. And that's the reason why I haven't given up in online business, because even though I really never just made a whole boatload of money, like, I haven't gotten rich yet. Like I thought I was going to get rich. I hadn't gotten rich yet, but I know that this stuff works. And that's the reason why I'm still at it, because I know it works. I've made sales. And I mean, if it didn't work, I don't think I would have made any sales. So, it's all about being consistent in the things you're doing. And see, that was one of the things too. I would, do a certain thing for a little while, and then I would jump to something else, jump to another strategy. And because I wasn't seeing the results fast enough. But I'm learning that you have to, just because it's online doesn't mean that there's not work involved. But the work, that you put in, you learn from the work, you grow your skill sets. And you can apply this, when you learn these skills, you can apply these to different avenues. And so, like I said, I've learned a lot over the years. I got started back in 2012. It was like the summer of 2012. And I'm different. I feel like I'm a different person now than I was back in 2012. But I've partnered up with this program where they are, really laying out the training, teaches you how to create a digital empire online. A digital empire is online. Digital empire. It's a boot camp. Takes you through a boot camp. And they teach you, everything that you need to put in place from A to Z to run an online business. And what I really, really love about this program and the Profit Boosting Boot Camp is the fact that it's good for people who are new. It'll take the new person that hasn't had any experience online. Like in 2012, and I was just green with the online marketing thing. It'll take that new person. If you're new, it'll take you through the system and show you what you need to have in place. And show you step by step on the things that you need to have in place, how to put them in place. And, you can take this information and apply it to whatever business that you are wanting to start. Like if you got an online business or you want to have online exposure for your offline business, this program is just great for that. It just shows you how to market a business online. And I'm glad that I got started in this program, because it is, the community is great, and the leaders that have started this, that's over the program, they do so much for you. Because like I said, the system teaches you how to market online, but while you're marketing, they have a done for you system that they, do the follow-ups, and they do the sales calls and everything while you are on the, you're learning how to set your program up, but they are actually, following up with the prospects and the people that you introduce the system to. So, you can, of course, you want to reach out to your prospects and the people that you're inviting to the system, but they are following up with them as well. And, calling them on the phone. The system is, doing the work in the background while you're learning and figuring out things. So, like I said, they do a lot for you. They do coaching calls and oh yeah. And you get assigned a personal coach. You get assigned a coach. That was one of the things. Oh my goodness. You get assigned a coach. And the system is set up to where you have to speak to your coach after you go through so many modules, before you get the other modules unlocked, you have to speak to your coach. Your coach check in with you to figure out, you know, where you're at in the program, and if you have any questions. I mean, it's great. It's all gravy. But like I said, it's great for the newbie, or it's great for an experienced marketer. And I'm just glad that I got started with this program. I'm excited of the possibilities. I mean, I've already made a couple of sales, and I've only been in the system since a little over a month. Well, no, it hadn't even been a month. I joined on October the 4th. I joined on October the 4th, and I've already made sales, and I've already ranked up. So I'm excited about this system. I'm excited about the possibilities, and I'm ready to share this system out with people who are wanting to know more about it. I mean, if you have been looking for an online opportunity and you want to get started in the program, you can reach out to me, send me a message, or you can comment on this video and I'll message you the information. So I just wanted to put that out there. I know this got a little long-winded, and but I hope that you receive some value from it. I hope that you receive some helpful information from this video. And if so, will you please share this out? Share this out with someone else. And I hope that you continue to have a great day. I thank you for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Have a good day.